Welcome back to KatzNotate Book Club, a collective book club where I post my thoughts from sections of books I'm reading. Post your thoughts on my thoughts in the comments. I'm currently reading Why We're Polarized by Ezra Klein, which is about political polarization in the United States. Klein cites a study on page 74 that took self-identified Democrats and Republicans and tried to see whether their policy views properly reflected their stated party affiliation. He says, interestingly, it turns out that there's only a weak relationship between how much a person identifies as a conservative or liberal and how conservative or liberal their views actually are. To be exact, in both cases, it's about a 0.25 correlation. He continues, one reason policy is not the driver of political disagreement is most people don't have strong views about policy. It's the rare hobbyist who thinks often about cybersecurity or who should lead the Federal Reserve. But all of us are experts on our own identities. This feels very accurate just based on my own anecdotal life experience with people. But then why is democracy the best option if people's voting patterns don't actually well reflect their policy views? In a different book, 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, I remember Yuval Noah Harari had an interesting view on this. He said democracy shouldn't be viewed in its ideal form as fully informed and rational individuals voting on the best policy. Democracy, rather ideally, is a method to study the perceptions of a populace. It reminds me heavily of how capitalist theorists view free markets and the invisible hand. The fundamental argument supporting economic free markets is that when people's actions are motivated by self-interest, unseen forces will unintentionally benefit society as a whole. It's seen as a better system than a centrally controlled economy. It's also argued to be more realistic and critically more stable in the long term than an economic system that requires all people to act selflessly, which would be the theoretical ideal. It's seen as not perfect, but it's a better system than all the other realistic options. This all feels eerily similar to democracy as a political institution, the worst system except for all the others. Post any of your thoughts in the comments to continue the discussion, and follow along to this universal collective book club.